The greatest key to a successful and wealthy life is hard work. However, there are people who simply have all the luck in the world, or they were at the right place at the right time. Here are the found treasures that made people rich. But before we begin, we would like to welcome you to our channel. Don't forget to subscribe, join our zoo community, like and click the bell icon. You'll be very interested to hear what we have to say, so make sure you stick around or you'll miss it. 10. The Declaration of Independence. You must be aware of the man who purchased a $4 painting at a garage sale and chanced upon an authentic copy of the Declaration of Independence inside and sold it for $2.4 million. Well, this happens to be a similar story. Michael Sparks was visiting a Nashville thrift store where he bought a candle holder, a set of salt and pepper shakers, and a yellow printed of the Declaration of Independence. Sparks thought the document was a cheap, modern reprint, so he paid $2.48 for it and went home. After pondering over the document for a couple of days, he reflected whether it could be older than he had thought. He began to do some research and quickly discovered that he had bought one of only 200 original copies of the Declaration of Independence ordered by John Quincy Adams in 1820. Out of 235 have been found intact. He possessed number 36. It took almost a year to authenticate the print and have it preserved, after which it was auctioned, bagging a final sale price of $477,650. 9. The Saddle Ridge Hoard. In February of 2013, a couple was walking their dog on their vast rural property when something caught their eye. It was a large, rusty can. After digging it out of the ground, the couple was surprised to find that the can was filled with gold coins. Using a metal detector, they found 8 cans filled with 1,427 gold coins that all belonged to the era between 1847 and 1894. When the couple got in touch with a numismatics firm in Tiburon, California, they learned that most of the coins were in mint condition. As a matter of fact, majority of the coins were the finest specimens of their kind ever found. Some of the coins were even valued at about $1 million. 8. Florida Treasure. In June of 1885, workers were taking down an old building in the Polish town of Szorda, where they found a vase. Inside it were over 3,000 silver coins going back to the 14th century. When demolition work moved to a nearby building, silver coins and gold florin coins were found inside. Several locals started searching the municipal landfill where debris from the buildings had been taken. That's when things took an eye-popping turn. Items found included a gold woman's crown that most likely belonged to the first wife of Emperor Charles IV, 2 12th century gold pendants, 2 13th century gold pendants, a medieval gold clasp containing precious stones, and a sapphire ring. It has been determined that the treasure belonged to Emperor Charles IV, who likely pawned it to raise funds to support his claim to the title of King of the Romans. The total value is estimated to be around $120 million. 7. A Wall of Coins. In a house in Windber, Pennsylvania, the walls were crafted of money. It had been deserted for 20 years until the children of the couple that had lived there decided to explore the house. Almost instantly upon entering the house, they found a small pile of coins on the floor next to a wall. Whilst taking a deeper look, they came upon a hole in the wall. Remembering a distant childhood rumor about their parents hoarding coins in the wall, they broke up the wall. An incredible number of coins gushed out of the wall, like a waterfall of cash. Once the coins had all been counted, it raked up $8,500, but since most of the coins were unique collector's items crafted between 1793 and 1857, the genuine value of their find was around $200,000. 6. Boxes of money. An artist from Utah had recently bought a new home, but what he wasn't aware was that hidden treasure was stashed away someplace inside. He was about to set up his tools in his workshop when he noticed a bit of the carpeting sticking out of the ceiling. When he tugged it, a little access panel to the attic popped up. There he found 7 dusty ammo boxes containing rolls and rolls of dollar bills. He decided to return the treasure amounting to $45,000 to the rightful owner. He rang up the previous owners of the house to tell them about the astonishing news. The previous owners claimed the money and said that their dad must have saved the money and tucked it away where no one could find it. 5. The Hawkson Horde. The Hawkson Horde is the biggest collection of ancient Roman silver and gold ever uncovered in Britain. It was discovered in 1992 in Hawkson, Suffolk. Farmer Peter Watling misplaced a hammer and asked his friend Eric Laws to help him recover it. While scouring the field with a metal detector, Laws found gold and silver coins, jewelry, and spoons. They alerted the landowners, Suffolk County Council, and the police. The following day, the entire treasure trove was dug and eventually priced at £1.75 million, which the government paid to Laws. He divided the profits with his friend. The hoard is presently on display at the British Museum. 4. The House of Gold. In Normandy, a French man's deceased relative left him a house. Once he began inspecting the house, he was delighted to find out that the house he inherited was a treasure trove. To begin with, he found a small box filled with gold coins attached to a chair. He later found more gold hidden in a whiskey box. He almost lost his mind when he found out several gold bars hidden under furniture, in the bathroom, under stacks of linen, almost everywhere inside the house. There were about 5,000 gold pieces, 37 ingots of 1 kilo, and 2 bars of 12 kilos in general, which has a total worth of $3.7 million. Unfortunately, he now has to pay 45% inheritance tax and 3 years in back taxes. But still, gaining $1 million in a day for doing nothing is not terrible at all. 3. A 260-year-old violin. In 1967, a woman thought she saw a baby on the side of a freeway one evening, so she went and investigated. Fortunately, it wasn't a baby, but a violin case with a pretty decent violin inside. The woman kept the violin, later handing it to her nephew, who lost it to his ex-wife, Teresa Salvato, during a divorce settlement. When Teresa decided to take violin lessons, her instructor thought there was something odd about her instrument. He borrowed it and then took it to a violin dealer who inspected it and proclaimed it to be the $800,000 violin that had been missing from UCLA's collection since 1967. Known as the Duke of Alcantara, the unique instrument was a Stradivarius that had been lent to the school's orchestra's second violinist, David Margetts. David declared that the violin was stolen, but it turns out he put it on top of his car and forgot. Salvato contacted the school, but declined to hand over the instrument after they sent police officers to her home and accused her of theft. At last, the matter was settled in court, where Salvato was pronounced the lawful owner of the instrument. She traded the violin with the school in exchange for $11,500. 2. Ferrari buried in a backyard. In 1978, 2 boys were exploring the backyard of their new home and began digging holes. They suddenly noticed something tough buried deep underground. As they dug deeper, the boys were shocked to find a car buried underneath the ground. When they informed their parents about it, they instantly called the police to confirm what they found. The police arrived with excavators, and as they brought up the car covered with dirt and grass, they saw it was a brand new 1974 Ferrari Dino 246 GTS. After further investigations, it was found out that the owners of the buried car had reported that it was stolen from them 4 years ago. However, the owners could not be found after they received the insurance money. The insurance company had no choice but to sell the car to the highest bidder. The man who bought the car still drives it today, but an investigation in 2012 revealed something even more shocking. It was found out that the owners themselves hid the car in an empty swimming pool to get the insurance money, but they disappeared after receiving the money, and the car stayed there until it was found 4 years later. 1. Faberge egg. A scrap dealer in 2014 scored himself a sizable fortune, owing it all to an 1887 Faberge egg. The anonymous man bought the egg for $14,000 and had it propped on his shelf for years. He tried to sell it for raw materials for just $500, 400 pounds, when he was struck by financial difficulties, but was told that he had overestimated the egg's worth. Exasperated, he took up Vacheron Constantin, the name etched on the golden egg, and read an article from the Telegraph which divulged that he was the owner of the third imperial egg, made by Faberge for the Russian royal family and worth a reported 20 million pounds. And that concludes our list of the found treasures that made people rich. Let us know in the comment section below which one of these were you the most in awe of. Thank you for watching Lifehack Giraffe, and as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon, and we will see you next time.